What's going on, everybody? Forex Funded here. Sorry, just getting set up. We're just going to go over a little bit of analysis for you guys and for our members. Let everyone know, our basic overview on the market right now. For those of you that are, members of the best family there is, we're starting a new format where you can talk with us here on live. Normally if you're a member of the family, we really just keep you muted for when we're live on YouTube. But now, if you choose to unmute yourself, that's on you. Just don't be disrespectful and don't be annoying. So let's start with US30. So yeah, we had taken a short today, this morning, right around actually it was last night, right at 11:53 p.m. We were targeting this. It was right here. It was this prior 1 hour candle right here that we was targeting. We got a nice little reaction from it, and then we shorted it in this candle with our stop above our prior high. And as you guys can see, that went perfect. Nice 650 pip banger, if you look at current market price. Since then, we're at a break-even stop loss, and we have taken our partial profits. We're just letting her do her thing. What's going on, KG? You can unmute yourself if you want now, KG. I was just explaining to the others in here that, you guys are more than welcome to unmute yourself now. Just please don't be annoying about it. I know
I'm gonna be annoying. No, I'm playing.
What's going on, KG?
What's up, my guy?
How you doing?
I haven't seen one of these in a fat minute.
Hey man, we got to get back to it. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So basically what I was looking for was a retest of this prior weekly low right here and prior daily low, and then a possible short. We can see that as of right now, we haven't gotten that. We have bounced off of 38%, really nice. And if we were to have just, seen a very heavy movement above that, I was going to be looking for that 61% and then a short in line with the trend line break and retest. But right now, I don't have any fresh positions. So I'm just really waiting to see what happens. If we look at, let's say the 4 hour, the next area that we should come to, assuming we make another low, should be right around that 31,220 area. So going back to, let's just jump all the way down to 15. All right. So if we are able to see a break of this area, I believe we will have a nice opportunity. So if we do see a breakdown of this area, we should have a nice little opportunity for a retest and then a resumption. And then, we could look to take a short on that retest. And with current price action, right, I would look, ideally I would want the stop above the prior high, but 281 pips is kind of ass. So I would use, if this wick right now, if we make one that comes and doesn't break higher, it will really validate this a lot more. I'd look to use a stop loss, something like that. And obviously monitor the trade, look to take some partials here. And then after that, the next big area we have is really at 30,000, we'll call it 400. But, we'll have a key level area right there at 31K. And then if we jump around real quick back to the weekly, you can see that weekly level. And then for the most part, what you have from this area is you have a lot of wicks that touch right around this area, we'll call it, which is right at 30,005 to 600. So just based off of the past price action, when you fall from this generic area right here, this upper box now, so if we fall from this weekly level, right, we'll most likely tap into this 30,500 area. And if you have enough volume, you'll just push right back down towards it, as you can see, like what happened right here. And that's already indicated by one of our weekly levels. So that would be another profit taking area. Let's go down to the daily and see what else that we see. Well, first of all, let's see if we have, maybe like a 61% around there, right? So 61% right at that 31,000 key level. Not like right here, with the way I trade, this is just I wouldn't call it like free fall, but you don't have anything here, right? You push straight past this resistance, you kept going, you retested it once at right at that 31,000 key level. So you could look to just mark that wick, and then it should be right around where we just found that 61%. Yeah, so that would be another potential profit taking level for me, but I've already covered that, that 31,000 key level, and then after that, right in that 500 to 600 level. So we'll see what we get in the next couple hours. It's already 12 o'clock. So ideally, we don't really want to have to trade a bunch more today. We already had this really nice trade today, and then we had one yesterday that if I can get my positioning right, it was somewhere in this candle. Some people might have entered it late right here, but we were targeting these lows over here, right? This prior low, which is exactly where we came. Then we threw that stop loss at break even. And if you had it at break even still, you're still in that trade along with this one too. Doesn't matter. You're in one or the other. They both went the same distance. So that was a really good trade right there. What's going on, Michael? So yeah, that's really what I'm looking for. So, I have an alert here for that prior weekly low. If we want, let's see if we have a fresh, no, we don't have a fresh 4 hour or anything. Same with 1 hour, but I will set an alert for the current 1 hour open. And if we come back to that area, we'll want to give it a little bit of a look. All right. So gold, I've been rather on the sidelines on for. I just haven't had respect for the levels that I've been wanting. I told you guys how I was looking for a reaction from this 27 level. I told you guys that. Let's see. Told that to the family at 9 a.m. So right here is where I said I'd like a reaction, and our UK king, Mr. Xauusd, also called the same area. So that was a nice 90, 100 pip trade. If you would have taken it, it would not have been something I would have looked to trade with heavy lots or to take it all the way down to the bottom. As we can see that we now have, a push above it. And, all we've really had is bullish price action ever since, beginning of March, even before March. If you're, yeah, end of February, beginning of March. So there's nothing to really say, oh, I'm going to put all my capital into a short. But one thing I will say is we do want to watch this prior, well, still is current support resistance, right? If this hour is able to close above it, what you can do is you'll be able to take, you could do it on 15 and 32, but I prefer it on 1 hour. You would want to look for a fresh body close above that. And then what you would be able to do is take a risky entry on the open. So say you're using 15-minute, right? If this 15 closes above here, you'd be able to buy the next open. Stop still be about 70 pips. If you do it off the hour, same thing, 70 pips. And then you would look to take it to your next level, which what we have marked up is our daily level at 1950, which is also that key level. And we'll put it at the low end of our key level, implementing our $10 key level rule. So that would be 1945. You'd be able to look for some kind of a trade like that. I can't say if I would take it or not, but that's what I would be looking for on gold. It's too early to say we're going to have any big reversal. And with the current price action that we have, which is just extremely bullish, you're more than likely to get some kind of a setup, or it's going to fall with news. Like over here, a lot of people ended up shorting this move to the downside and probably thought we were going to start falling down. Not that that's wrong, right? That's still a very good key level move, right? You fell from the 1950 key level all the way down to 1900. That's a valid trade, right? And you can see it's about the same area we're targeting to look for our next shorts at. But for the real move to happen, you really got to take all their liquidity. And that's exactly what we had bouncing off of that same key level. If you look at the high in terms of bodies, it's right there at 52. Our $10 key level rule would make a box something like this, right? So let's just show you this real quick. 1945 to 1955. Let's see if we have any major bodies above that. I know we're going to have one or two, but if you look, for the most part, that's where you really started to get active, right at the low end, and fell from 1940, 1950 key level all the way down to 1900 key level, and then right back up to clear that liquidity and then just start shitting on everybody. So that's the same general area that I'm looking at now based off that psychological level. But, anything can really happen. Can add another daily level right here. As, I don't see price turning around to the tune of $30 in the next couple hours. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. We'll see how this 15 closes, and then maybe we'll be able to take a pretty aggressive long up towards that same key level. So I sent some analysis on these GBP pairs yesterday. I think I did. No, actually, I don't think I did send any. I mentioned to you guys how I was, just very on the sidelines with them too. I haven't given much look to FX pairs as they've been fucking me off recently. So why chase something, because I haven't been getting the best setups. So I would catch myself chasing a trade that doesn't really need to be chased and then losing a little bit of money. So why would we do that? Now, one thing we can see is we did come for this daily level, which we had marked up, right? That prior daily open, our daily level, we came for it. Nice execution right here in terms of having the close lower than that level. So that would have been a very, very valid short. I didn't capitalize on that, right? With that kind of wick, I would have looked to put my stop at the top and then give it some wiggle room. So it would have been about a 30 pip stop. right? And then you could have looked to take this low, and then after that, it would have been this low. Both of them would have hit, right? So a little bit of a recap. Now, what we have here is we have a prior resistance, right, that we turn to support, and that's where we are currently at right now. So one could say that they would really like to take a buy from this level. One could also say, you know what, I want to wait and see if we can get a break, a retest, and a resumption, right? You have a new 4-hour level right there. Me personally, since I missed this main move, I am not looking to buy it right now, right? I haven't been looking at this pair for long enough today. So me to take a buy on a whims, just randomly doesn't make that much sense. If I was going to, my buy would look something like this, right? You could use that low as the stop and then give it some space. So I'd probably make it right around 35 pips. And then I would really like to take it if I was in a buy back to that daily and a new 4-hour level. However, you would have a partial profit area right here at the prior 1-hour level, which is also at that 1.94 key level. That really might be the move. That might be what market wants. If you look, this does seem pretty bullish. However, like I said, I've had Forex pairs on the back burner for myself. I've been focusing on US30 this week, and that hasn't steered us in the wrong direction. We've had 3 wonderful trades this week. Monday we had a 250 pip sell. Tuesday we had a 300 plus pip sell, and then
500.
And then last night, we had a nice 500 to 600 pip sell, unless you put the TP on like I did. But hey, some things you're supposed to do. If you're going to sleep on a trade, you might as well throw a TP. You can't be led in the wrong way, in the wrong direction. What was that, KG?
Oh no, I said Tuesday was a 500 pip too.
Yeah.
Back to back 5 dubs.
You already know the vibes. So ideally, what I would like to see, since I'm going to be sitting out for this buy, which look, I really don't recommend you take this trade, right? If you have an analysis and you want to take it, go for it, right? But don't say, oh, he thinks it's going to buy, I should buy. No, I'm saying with the current price action, it looks like it will probably buy up. I'm not getting in it. Do what you want. I don't give financial advice on YouTube. What I would look to do is I would look to short one of these levels, either the 1 hour with a tight stop, right above here. And you could even argue that if you wanted to be a little bit more conservative, that you could put it right there about 30 pips at that wick. I'm looking to short that. Like I said, for me, I haven't been looking at any Forex pairs this whole entire week. So I didn't have any kind of directional bias. I don't want to just go to the daily and say, you know what, daily looks very bullish. Let me go for it. And I also don't want to come here and make an argument for why I should be buying, even though honestly, I probably could. 6-1 again. So, it really could buy up. But at the end of the day, if that's the true direction of the market, if the market wants to go bullish, right, it will give you more setups. It will give you something like this in order to, pop the high, and then from that high you should get another retest, and then just head on up further, right? So that's the route I would look to take if I was trying to buy, because as I've said, and I'll say one last time, I wasn't looking to buy here. I see why I would want to, but I wasn't looking. So I'm not gonna go last minute and say, you know what, I'm buying, right? Because that's not really trading, in my opinion. That's more of a gamble. So with that being said, I'm going to be looking for sells at that 195 key level, and then if that breaks, I will be looking for sells at that 195 600 area. GJ, I'll take a look at it on the weekly first. So weekly on GJ, has been very bearish. Yesterday we came for a nice clean. 2 days ago, sorry, we came for a clean collection of that daily level, right? And it's blue, which means you would look to buy it until you break it. You came for it, you pushed up, and then you pushed back towards the weekly level, right? So if anything, I really should have been looking at Forex pairs this week, But you can't catch everything in the market, and nor do you need to. As you can see, we bounced off of that weekly level, twice already. And if you would have taken a sell from that weekly level on either of the times, you would have had a nice 400 pip trade. But, like I said, it's nothing to beat yourself up over if you don't catch everything. No one ever will catch every single market move. And, that's not really what I'm in the business for. I do want to take a look at, so that prior daily level, I said, you look to buy if it's blue, right? So there's nothing to look to buy if you dump straight through it on every single time frame, right? If anything, you have that marked up and you say, well, damn, we broke past it. Now we're retesting. I'm shorting, right? That's something you could have used there. And if you were on the chart, you would have made that into a purple, which now you can just end up getting rid of. So back on the daily, what we can do real quick is we can mark up today's day, which, come on now, it's going to close down here. Mark that up as a D. I'm not the biggest fan of order blocks anymore, and I know this isn't the direction I was going with it, but I am going to mark that up just because it's the top of that order block. So the reason I would do that is if we do get a strong rejection from it, I would look for a pullback and a potential short off of the broken trend line, depending on where this daily closes, or a full on, pullback, whether that be towards the daily level, whether it be, a fib base move, a 6-1 or a 38. I would just be looking for more of a pullback. So you'd be able to use that to your advantage if we end up using it, right? But for now, right, price action on this 4 hour, we closed slightly lower than the prior low in terms of bodies. And then to start the 4 hour, and now which is about to close in 30 minutes, we retested, which prior to, right, we're not going to get too super technical, but prior to the new low, it came for that 2-3. And if 2-3 is used, it's basically telling you we're going to have a fast move, right? So if we could take that 2-3 to 2-3, that'd be a fully completed inverse fib. So that's another little bit of indication that we might want a little bit higher. So just sit out on the sidelines, Now, going down to the hour, what do we see? Well, we have this hour candle that we can mark up. If you don't know why I'm marking these up and you're on YouTube, well, you've got to join the team. The Forex Funded family, they know why I mark these up. And if you can't just spot it with your eyes and make a connection in your head, you need to learn a little bit. So come join us, link in the description, Instagram, whatever it may be. I know the team, KG, Michael, all of y'all here with us. Y'all know, Pat, y'all know why we're doing this. And I don't want to give them too much for free on YouTube. What I will give them for free is, I thought we had a no wick candle right here. We don't, so never mind. I was going to say if this was a no wick candle, you could have marked that up and looked for that to be targeted. Not a no wick though, so nothing to worry about. So yeah, first thing I really would look for is, let's see if we can get a reaction upward towards that prior daily level that we broke, which now should be purple because I'm not looking to actively buy it. And if we could get a short from there, that would be nice. If not, if we just get a lot of pressure to the upside, you could look for a break, a retest. And then, oh, wow, I hate when that happens. Don't you guys love it? And then look for a Fibonacci move, right? So right there around 61. And we'll see what happens. I don't have a directional bias on here. I have been looking for more shorts on this. I was just waiting for the right time. And then at the same time of waiting too long, I kind of missed a big move here. 100% all right. Like I say, you're not going to catch every move and you don't need to. If things go amazingly, you can still collect all of this blue liquidity here from a nice sell. So that's what we're going to be looking to do there on GJ. GA, let's see where we're at on the weekly. So weekly just broke above this trend line, which, it's got 2 points. I really prefer a third, but instead of having a third tap, we broke straight above it. don't have this trend line added, but I'm curious to see what it looks like. Tapped right there. And it's intersect the same area, just a little bit higher, so it doesn't matter too much. Move that to there. Going down to the daily. We can see we have a daily level marked up with an alert right there. So that is already an area that I'm looking for a retest in a short. Take it down first, really towards. I'm going to get rid of that, but we're going to talk about it first. Towards this weekly level, and then this broken support resistance that has not been tested. Now, as I said, if you have a defined level, say that weekly level that you would like to sell from, just because you do not sell from it, like there was no reason to sell from here. The daily didn't touch it, didn't clear it. Going down to 4 hour, you had a little bit of reaction from it, but you're already breaking and closing above it. So you would have a very, very tight stop loss. You wouldn't lose a lot of money. However, what you do have is you have a retest of it really nicely after you broke above it. Now, using this little bit of consolidation, that low to the high, you also had a 38 right there. So there's two confirmations for why you would want to look for that area, right? You have the level, the fib, and then if you're one of those order block traders, you have an order block right there as well, which you bounced off of and you would have been able to use as a buy, right? So that's one thing to think about. We'll keep that in there for now. We'll make it purple because, it's been broken. But ideally, what I would like to see is a push continued towards that daily level at 82.7, and then further downside move, and very much keeping my eye on this trend line for either a bounce and a push to the upside, which could just be pullback to continue down a lot further. But at the same time, it could, if you have a general support resistance right here already, what you would want is you to really stay below it. And if this move took you higher, that's when you would say, all right, I better have my runner from a sell if you got it. And you could look to use that same level to take it higher. But me personally, what I'm looking for is the sell from that level, or, if you want to take that same kind of aggressive sell that we talked about on gold, or it was a buy on gold, you could take an aggressive sell here with that same principle that you're using and trying to implement on gold, which we'll go talk about right now. That's pretty much how I see it. That high to these lows, 61%. You could have had a short from there. And that's almost telling me too that if we're just ready to move, that if you're not in it and it falls, it's given reasons to get in, but not every reason for something means I want to get in it. You don't need to use every reason to your advantage. Now going back to gold, let's see, we had that 15, and I said if 15 closes above this, you could short, or you could buy the open, right? But if you were watching it, you would have had a pullback. You probably would have used the pullback. I would have my stop below this wick, and then I would give it just a little bit, tiny bit of room, right? It's 94. So look, I know the stop's wide, right? That's why you would use a lower stop. So if you normally use a one lot, use a half a lot. That way, instead of 90 pips losing on your account, you lose what feels like 47, right? If it's half a lot, it's going to hit half as hard. Same with the profit. It will give you half as much profit, but profit is profit. I'm not a big fan of that 1-to-1 risk reward, but really that's just the bottom end of where we'd be targeting. We'd really be targeting that 1950 on the dot. I'm not in this trade. As I mentioned earlier, just because I saw it doesn't mean I want to get in on it. It just means that was something that I was looking at for a potential trade. But yeah, with that being said, that's basically how I like to chart things briefly based off of what I already have, and how I like to, just be monitoring the market for possibilities. Jumping back over here to US30, how we were mentioning, you could just start to continue down, get a little retest and further short, we're still going to pay attention for that. If that's going to happen, I don't know. But what I do know is if it does happen and if we have good price action, that we will definitely be trying to get another short here, add another 100, 200 pips to the day, and even right now we could call it a week and we're up tremendous. So I don't know if you family members have any questions or if you guys want to chime in. As I mentioned, y'all can unmute yourself now. We're trying this new format, So if y'all want to unmute yourself, talk a little bit. If you want to go over, if you want to, you know what I mean? You guys know how we do. It's nice to see you guys here.
Want to give them the sauce about the wick off or wick confirmations?
Nah, fuck them. You forget I'm live on YouTube. I don't want to give them the whole entire playbook. You feel me?
I didn't even know you was live. My bad.
Nah, you good.
Well, shit, nothing really into it. I'm in buys in USDCH right now. So shit, I'm targeting the 0.932 area.
What area?
0.9300. So like 40 more pips, 30 more pips.
I feel you. I know I saw your messages in the chat.
Yeah, I'm still holding. You know how we do, swing game.
Always. Yeah, that's a good level to target, especially right below it is where you have that prior broken support, then that's perfectly charted on your end. Let's see where it is in terms of fib, probably a 61 right around there. Yeah, 61 right around there too. So that's really a perfect trade.
Yes,
and, if you get further upside from there, I would say you're going to head towards 93,250 to 93,380, 400.
Yeah, but that it's kind of iffy right there because you see it's a lot of downside on that trend line, and then on top of that, that's a high sell zone, risky.
Mhm.
So I was just trying to secure that little, you know what I'm saying?
Always. I haven't traded this pair in ages. This is the last time I ever touched this pair.
You the one that got me on that pair, bro. That shit's so smooth. I had to get away from GP. That shit was acting funny for like 2 weeks. Hit my stop loss like 3 times for no reason.
Yeah. Be like that. And then obviously overall, if you do break those levels, I'd really look for that 93.6, which would be that weekly level. And that 78 Magic Z that our UK mentor, our UK king always likes to trade.
Gotcha. Keep that in mind for sure. That bit busting though.
Man, she gone.
On me.
Probably watch out for those EMAs too. But it's all in the same area. And at the same time, as much as those EMAs could hurt you, and push you back down, if you do break above them, especially with like the timing, it's over. It should retest them and then really just give you the fuel to go towards the 93.5 level.
But I use smooth moving averages. They basically the same, but the difference is with the other one, they kind of dial in more on the zones, like above and below. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I use EMAs. Yeah. And method is SMA. So
so
you know me though, KG. I don't have like an EMA or MA strategy. I just have them on there for times like this to get kind of a further confirmation. Whereas there's people who
that's what
trade EMAs.
Yeah, we don't really do that. The naked chart is always the best chart, but it's better. Them 3 to 4 confirmations give you the best opportunity in each trade every time.
Always. Where'd you catch that buy from? Let me go back and look.
Let me check. I might even I caught a late buy, but I got
Damn.
in
You
at
got that hoe down at 91.4. You got that like right perfectly with retesting these lows right here. I mean, because you can see here on the left where you were struggling to get
to break.
above,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And then
Exactly.
it broke it. Perfect entry right there at that 91.4.
I got below that wick off, and then after that, I held 10, 15 pips below that, and that PA came in, and it was over.
And we remember when you didn't even know how to change your lot size.
I
That was
didn't even know
crazy
how.
times.
No, the craziest time is when I first traded, and we made like $750, and I put the biggest lot in my whole account. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is, I got in late on my analysis, like 20 pips late.
Oh yeah, wow. Still
'Cause
a
I was,
killer trade though. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
what's that running over 100 pips now for sure? I mean, you're right out there at that 430 level, so somewhere right there. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, 100
130
right
pips.
now. It's 150, almost 140.
Perfect trade.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know how many people are on this YouTube. Knowing me, it's not a lot since, like as you said, I haven't been going live recently, but I'm hoping to get back into the flow of things. The past 2-3 weeks for me haven't really given me a lot of opportunity to go live and have anything to say more than, yeah, I don't like what I see. All my analysis, it's not that they weren't playing out, it's that
Mm-hmm.
like every level I wanted to say buy wasn't being hit and we were just rocketing on gold. So it's like, what am I going to do? Just take a gamble and buy when me, I'm not going to take risky trades just to be able to press buttons.
For sure. The crazy thing is, that loss that was far. I'm like, dang, that man haven't did a live in a fat minute.
Yeah,
Let
man.
me find out that Florida life got you bumbled. You just chilling.
Oh, always, brother. Always, man. Just
It's better
chilling.
than is it better than Hawaii though? Like that
Oh,
Hawaii
bro,
vibe.
you know my opinion on Hawaii. I was not a big fan of Hawaii. Like it had its ups and downs, but for the most part, for me being a non-Hawaiian, it more downs than ups.
I feel you. I feel you.
I mean, it's beautiful out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's once you live there for 6 months, couple years, 2 years, it's like, yo, this novelty wore out, and I'm tired of you know I'm a cheap fuck. Even with all the money I have, I don't like spending $8 on eggs prior to this inflation. I don't like spending $6.95 on a gallon of milk. They don't have dairy farms out there, so any dairy product is insanely expensive. Like, I'm trying to steer away from the politics of it, about how Hawaiians do not like white people or anyone who's not Hawaiian. They have a name for them, which they don't want to admit. But if you have a name for a specific race, that's racism, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they look down on people that are not Hawaiian. So that really, it kills my vibe a lot when you walk into a store and people are just like, look at this fucking haole. That's the name for us, for anyone who's not native, and it kind of specifically like white people. I know it doesn't compare to the racism that black people encounter, but I don't know why anyone would willingly want to stay a place where it's like, you're not welcomed with wide arms. Once you pay the tourism dollars, they're like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Now, facts, you already feel their wants and needs, so you need to dip. But it's cool though, cause shit. But which one you like better out of all the places you've been? Cali, Hawaii, and Florida. And
Oh, bro, I'm never gonna leave Florida.
damn, but I
I
thought
love Florida.
Cali boy. What happened,
Bro,
bro?
Cali was fun before the politics really started ruining it. That's why everyone's leaving California. The politics are just getting insane now. I mean, they're
I know, bro. All
trying
them
to
niggas
ban
down in Houston.
cigarettes from people born after 2006. They're trying to make a 4-day work week a thing. You know, gun control out there is crazy. And you know me, I love my guns. So first of all, you know, as soon as you can't buy a normal AR-15 anymore, you know, okay, you know, it's obviously not the driving factor from getting out, but you know, I'm big fan of the Florida politics. I'm big fan of the Florida weather, the Florida people. You know, as
Whoa,
soon
the
as you,
Florida people, I thought they was crazy out there.
oh
Them
yeah, they are crazy, but no more crazy than, you know, Los Angeles. You know, if anything, they're more crazy with like, you got crazy people, like two different types of crazy people, in my opinion. In LA, you got people that are crazy Karen motherfuckers and just crazy about other people's shit. In Florida,
Okay,
you got people that'll like wrestle an alligator or, you know, jump off of docks or just do crazy things. They won't be really crazy about what other people are doing, at least in my experience.
got
If
you.
that
That's the
makes
people you
sense.
pop
Yeah.
open a beer with and chill.
Oh, well, not no more, but yeah, in the past, yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys on YouTube, I think I'm gonna end this YouTube live for you guys. You know, we're just, you know, shooting the shit now as we normally do on live. But hopefully, if this is your first time tuning in on YouTube, that you learned something, and you know, maybe you enjoyed the vibe, or you want to learn more about what we have to offer for you. You know, we got some links in the description. You know, we got our Instagram. Excuse me, we got a link to our mentorship program. You know, you can check out the Instagram for all of the past profits, member testimonies. You know, we got a whole bunch of shit on Instagram. Check that. Check the Instagram. We got our free Telegram room where we occasionally will send some little bits of analysis. But, you know, we hope to have you back. You know, drop a like, drop a sub, you know, that way you know when we go live. And, you know, we hope to see you on board, you know, the FF